sir. Yes, sir. Welcome to a new edition of Sports Shop 27. I'm your host, Jermaine Coulter. And to my far right, I got my main man, KJ, Kevin Johnson. And today's special guest, we got a former Gamecock in the house. This guy is a former Outback Bowl champion, played under Lou Holtz at the University of South Carolina. Then he left and went on, and I guess he played in the NFL or Arena League. However, this guy coached at Georgia State. He coached at Newberry College, and now he's a national champion in the MEAC conference in HBCU football with North Carolina Central University. Y'all give it up for my main man, Cedric Williams. What's going on, Cedric?
Hey, how you doing, man?
How y'all doing?
Doing good, man.
Appreciate you on here, man. Show. Yeah, man. It's great to be on here, man. Great to see y'all. What's happening?
Congratulations. For the people that don't know you, let them know where you're from and a little bit about your background.
Oh, man. Right there from James Island, South Carolina, man. I'm from Charleston. Grew up, got, got one brother, one sister, mother, the son of Miss Valerie Walker. Grew up on a dirt road.
Yes, sir.
Baby.
Geechee boy, man. So I'm a certified Geechee boy, as some say. Went to the University of South Carolina. That was my only deep Division I scholarship that I had. I had East Tennessee State. Okay. Citadel coming out, but I knew I wanted to play major Division I football. So I ended up signing with South Carolina. Redshirted my first year, and then started for the next 4 years at left tackle and left guard. Great experience, man. Played under the legendary Lou Holtz. Learned a lot, developed as a man. It was a great experience, man. After leaving South Carolina, I went and worked at DJJ right there off of Broad River as an activity therapist.
Okay.
I did that for about 2 years, man. Still trying to swing, at the potential opportunity playing at the, the NFL. I know you mentioned that earlier, but no, I didn't play at the NFL, but definitely had aspirations of doing that, Jermaine. But still was training and working out. And then, as I was working at DJJ, I was an activity therapist designing athletic programs for the youth. And there I kind of developed, working with the younger kids, man. It was an awesome experience. And then, after that, I ended up being I went and was a grad assistant at the University of South Carolina under Steve Spurrier.
Okay.
Right. And there, that's when I actually really excelled learning the passing game, man. Because, I played offensive line. It was, playing up front and moving people, right?
Yeah.
Run blocking. But when I was a grad assistant under Steve Spurrier, man, what he did at Florida, man, elevating the passing game. I was able to really learn that side of the ball, man. Great experience. Met a lot of good people, man. And then after that, I took my first job at Tennessee State down there in Nashville. It was Mississippi Valley State, Newberry. As you said, y'all mentioned a few of the places, man. But been coaching, going on year 17, man.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a blessing, man. That's a blessing. So take us back to the dirt road, man. What age you start playing sports, and what sport was your first love?
Actually, my first love was basketball.
Okay, man.
Basketball, man.
Center,
Charles Barkley was
powerful
player, man. Yeah, the round mound of rebound, man.
Yeah, and man, you might get elbowed.
Exactly, man. So back then we played, played a lot of basketball, man. The tomato field was right across the street from the house.
Okay.
So, what I mean? So you had the dirt road right there, man, and you had the tomato field right across the way. And then next door, my cousin, he had the basketball court, man, cousin Trev, and we go over there and we shoot hoops, man, and I, we go to work.
That's what's up.
But and I think that helped me even, I was a defensive lineman in high school. And playing basketball just helped me with, with my athleticism, with my feet. Yeah, like I tell my guys now, man, slow feet don't eat.
No, man, you get dragged.
Yeah. But
so talk about growing up playing. Did you play organized basketball first?
Yeah. I actually played. I played in 9th and the 10th grade at James Island.
Okay.
And then, you know, I kind of focused on football after that. So I just played my first 2 years, man, you know, played JV power forward, and then just started focusing on football, man. And I knew that was my love. I kept getting bigger and bigger, man.
Okay.
Bigger and bigger. You know, couldn't stay away from the table.
Yeah.
So I got bigger and bigger, man. So, and then it was just you know, it was just fun being active, man. I'm a sports junkie.
Mhm.
I love sports, man. So, you know, even now, you know, I follow, you know, I'm a LeBron fan.
Okay.
I follow the Lakers. I follow Lakers, man. You know, I love, you know, how he conducts himself on and off the basketball court, man. So I'm a fan of his, man. So I still watch a lot of basketball, and obviously, you know, follow the NFL because obviously I coach college football.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's my passion, man. I love sports, man. You know, a little baseball here and there. And I keep up. Well, you know, you got the NCAA tournament going on right now.
Yep.
Yeah, man.
Who y'all got winning?
Furman just upset University of Virginia.
That was
Hey,
huge.
it's some good games, man. It's some good
Funny
games.
you say that, man, because you know when you fill out your brackets just for fun, obviously. You know, working in higher education, I don't bet or anything on it, but when you fill out your bracket, I saw everything saying take Furman. I took Virginia.
You already know.
And here we are.
Crazy.
Yeah, man. So back in your childhood days, man, what are some pro athletes you looked up to, like NBA, NFL back then? What are some of the players you looked up to?
Yeah, tell you about that. As far as, you know, like I mentioned earlier, man, I guess my first guy who I really like growing up, KJ, that I really admired growing up was Magic Johnson.
Oh,
so
man.
I was a Laker fan before coming back and being a Laker fan.
Yeah, all right.
You know, like following players, you know what I mean? Like following players. So
yeah,
I was a huge Magic fan when I was, you know, maybe 8, 9, 10 years old. And then when he got diagnosed with HIV,
yeah, shook the whole world, man. Yeah,
boo-hoo.
yeah,
Tears.
Yeah.
You know, because he definitely was a role model that I looked up to. And then after Magic, I said, you know what, I gotta start following somebody else. So then it was Charles Barkley. You know, Charles Barkley was with the 76ers. And then he was with the Phoenix Suns. Y'all remember that MVP year?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, man. With Kevin Johnson. Yeah.
Kevin Johnson. You already know. Got the same name.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And then after that, man, you know, I think I started. Barkley finished up at Houston. I remember he went to Houston. So even after he retired, I kept following Houston. Then Tracy McGrady came on, Yao Ming. You know, I was following those guys, man, and they had some success there. And then right after that, man, after I finished playing, okay, I went to go train up in Cleveland, Ohio. This was the spring. This was the spring of 2003. Okay. I was training. You know, I just had surgery on my shoulder that November. Soon after we played y'all, KJ, that was last game of the season in 2002. All right. And I went up to Cleveland, Ohio to, you know, train and prepare to take a shot, you know, at the next level. And my trainer, he was training a young man that was in high school that was right around the corner from Akron, Ohio, named LeBron James. So yeah, man. Yeah, his name was Eric Lecter. He was my trainer, and we had like maybe 4 or 5 guys that were training that came from different parts of the East Coast to come up there and train. And after one of our training sessions, later on that night, we went to see a basketball game at St. Vincent High School. You know where he played basketball at. Okay. And man, it was an unbelievable experience. All in the paper, they were talking about how he couldn't shoot. You know, he couldn't shoot and all that. He hit 12 threes that day. Scored 50 points. All right. And I was just like, whoa, this young fella is unbelievable. 17, 18 years old, man. And I remember Eric taking us to go meet him after the game. He wanted to meet the football players that were training, preparing for the draft. Like that was because they had to hide him, you know what I mean? They had to get him, like separate him from the fans. So he could, you know what I mean? Because they were just, you know, all over him. But he said, you know what? Bring those football players, man, back to the bus so I can meet them. So I was able to meet him back then. We were 17, 18 years old, man. Ever since then, you know me, any of my friends, like if you're close to me or you know me, you know that I'm a huge LeBron fan, man. So,
all right. And you was able to start. Yeah. So talk about growing up in the 90s in James Island. What was it like? What was the atmosphere? Was it a football town? Was it a basketball town? Talk about that a little bit.
Man, really, to tell you what, Jermaine, man, at my high school in the early 90s, man, I'm showing off my age. We all about the same around the same time anyhow, right?
Yeah.
But man, we won several basketball championships, man.
Okay.
In the early 90s, man. We were for real in the basketball court, man. Like 90, 91, 92, man. They were winning several basketball championships when we were in middle school, right?
Yep.
And then obviously when we started playing football, you had a few region championships. But mainly it was a basketball school in the early 90s, man. But it was cool, man. I had a great family system, man. My friends, man, I grew up with some good dudes, man. And we stay connected. They say once you leave off to go to college and you grow up and you have a family, that you're no longer friends with your high school buddies, man. But that's not true in this case, man. Me and my boys, we still connected, and we still stay in touch, man. We motivate one another, and just keeping it positive, man. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Yeah, so man, talk about your first season in high school, man. Did you make an impact right away?
First season, in ninth grade, in high school, yeah. In ninth grade, I played JV football. I was a defensive lineman, inside defensive lineman.
Okay.
Yeah, and I thought at the time, I'm trying to think who it was. Maybe Sapp. I thought I was Warren Sapp at the time, making plays. And then in 10th grade, I got moved up to varsity, and I was playing tight end and defensive end.
Okay.
We won region my 10th grade year, and I started at defensive end and tight end. Okay. 11th grade, we had a real good team, and again, I was at defensive end and tight end. And then my senior year, I mainly focused on at defensive end. But I know I wanted to play Division I football. I knew I wanted to play Division I football, so I made sure that I focused, on my academics. Something I emphasize on our guys now to this day, guys. But I knew I wanted to play, at the next level, man. So I buckled down, and after my senior year was over, Brad Lawn. All right, I don't know if y'all remember the name Brad Lawn, but he was the defensive line coach.
Okay.
All right, and he came in, after I had Tennessee, East Tennessee State, and Citadel. They had FCS programs. Obviously, they were recruiting me, and they came in, and they offered me full rides, did in-home visits, all that good stuff, and definitely was thankful for that. But I knew I wanted to play, P5, at a level. So he came in, Lauren came in, and said, "Listen, talked about a gray shirt. All right, so y'all know that is gray shirt, basically where you're still, taking classes, or you stay at home and work out, train, or what have you, and then you don't report to school until that January. So that January." And he said, that's the plan, because I really like you. All right, let me rewind back. He discovered me at the Shrine Bowl.
Okay.
I went to the Shrine Bowl. Jim Worden from Middleton High School down in Charleston was the head coach. I was selected to the Shrine Bowl my senior year. So I was down there, and my roommate was Ryan Sims at the time. Played at Dorman. I don't know, KJ, if you remember that name. Played at Dorman, and then went to the Tar Heels and got drafted like 5th overall.
Okay.
In the draft. But anyhow, he was my roommate, so everybody was recruiting him. He was heavily recruited, like from Boston College. I mean, everybody, South Carolina, North Carolina, everybody was recruiting him. And one day we were just laying up in the room, watching what's that comedian? Tom. He died around 97, 98, man. Tommy, heavyset guy. He used to be.
I know you're talking about, though. Yeah. I know
Anyway, we were sitting up there just watching him.
Chris Farley.
No, it wasn't Chris Farley, but yeah. So he was sitting down. And he said, "Hey, man, coach want to talk to you." I said, "Who was that?" "Man, coach from South Carolina, man." So he put him on the phone. I said, "Hey, what's up, coach?" He said, "Yeah, that's Brad Law." I said, "What's going on? How you doing, coach?" He said, "Man, I've been watching you, man. You've been doing some good things. we started rapping a little bit, and that just turned me up even more. I said, hey, you know what? I got to continue to perform at a high level because here's a chance to play Division I football. All right. So we stayed in contact. He came by the school, and then he offered the gray shirt. He said, well, if this young man from Florida who plays D-line, if he doesn't make it, unfortunately for him, but fortunate for me, if he doesn't make it his grades because he was having some grade issues, then we'll bring you in August. Mm-hmm. So I just, again, controlling what I can control, worked hard, kept preparing, during that summer. And he said, you know what? Looks like you're able to come up. So I reported that August, man, and the rest is history.
Okay. So talk about the competition in high school you had. Who was y'all biggest rival at James Island?
And down there in Charleston, biggest rival. I don't know if you necessarily want to call it a rival, man. Somerville, that was the school we played every year, man. But they gave us that work. I'm gonna be honest with you. Johns Island, was a rival. St. John's, that was a rival. So I would say probably St. John's and Somerville were the main two. But my thing is, you don't call something a rival unless you win it, right? Both of y'all winning, right?
Yeah.
So I guess I might need to take that Somerville one back, man. I'm sure if any of those guys watching, man, they'll probably give me a call tomorrow or something like that.
Real.
So talk about
we never played OW.
Y'all didn't play us. I was about to ask you, name some of the players that was in your class at James Island High School that were highly recruited as well. You had any other players
that came out the same year as me?
Yeah.
Well, no. I think I was the only one that signed Division I. The year after me, you had my boy Langston Moore. He signed with South Carolina. He came out in '99. KJ, I think you came out in '99, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and he came out the year after me. Had a couple guys that ended up playing at Newberry College, where I coached a few years. A couple of family members that went to Newberry. But man, you know what? It was a lot of talent there, man. A lot of talent there. But again, you got to make sure you're handling your business in the classroom, man. Right? So, I'm sure all three of us can say there's so many guys that we played with that they wasn't able to play at the next level based on
grades.
Because of the grades, man. Because of the grades.
So go ahead, KJ.
Yeah, I know you just talked about the recruiting process a little bit. So what was the reason you chose to play for the Gamecocks? Because it was close to home, or what was it?
Man, actually, you know what? I was you're gonna think this is funny, man. I was a Clemson fan growing up, man. Yeah.
Oh, come on, man.
Come on, man. Yeah, man. Terry Allen, Ronald Williams. Yeah, man. Those were my guys, man. But I tore my meniscus my junior year. I went up there for camp, going into my junior year, and then I tore my meniscus at the beginning of the season, and I was out for a few weeks. And they just stopped recruiting me, man. They just stopped recruiting me. So again, like I mentioned earlier, playing Division I football, major Division I football was my goal, and that was my only offer. I came up on a visit, man. I thoroughly enjoyed it. They treated me good, and love Columbia, and I committed on the spot, no hesitation.
Yep. Who was the player, the coach that welcomed you with open arms when you got on campus?
A player, you said, or a coach?
It could be both.
Yeah.
Oh man. One thing.
Derek Watson.
No, he came in. He came in with you, but
me. That's right. Okay.
Yeah. He came in with me, man. But we had a few guys, man, that really were just like Anthony Wright, and that's my guy, man. He's a starting quarterback, man, and we're real good friends still to this day. But I remember him being, he was a star quarterback at the time, right? I ended up playing about 10, 11 years in the NFL, man. But he really made a great first impression on me, man. I remember him being that guy, being a star quarterback, and still talking to that freshman. That freshman defensive lineman or O lineman that was there, and also Davis. Charleston. All right, so that we connect easily. Like we both from the crib.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I just remember those guys being star players, man, and just being just very just on point. With some of the younger guys, man, and things like that you never forget, man. You never forget.
So you played the last season with Arturo Freeman as well, right?
Toro, Tootsie. Funny you said he's another one. He's another one, man. Yeah, he was a Playboy All-American, man. Sad deal. He tore his knee up when we had workouts, man. But he's at Campbell now, and we stay in touch, man. He's the co-defensive coordinator at Campbell. I don't know if you knew that. But
okay.
Yeah. Toro and I, we stayed in contact, man. We both in the profession. Just good dude, down to earth. I'm excited for him, man. We played them last year. They got after us pretty good.
Okay.
So we're looking forward to seeing them again this year.
There you go. All right.
Yeah, man. Let's talk about your first season with the Gamecocks, man. Walking out for the first time, seeing the crowd and everything, man. How was that?
I don't even know the words. I mean, unbelievable experience. Unbelievable experience, man. To be our greatest fans, I think, in the country. To run out to 85,000, 90,000 people, man. Some days, man, you got the smoke. One time I just looked around, and one of my teammates at the top said, "Come on, man, we got to run.
Wake up, man. Wake up." Yeah.
Wake up, man.
Stuck in the moment, man.
Exactly. Exactly, man. We got to run out, man. He just tapped me like, "Come on, man, come on. Like, we here now."
Y'all coming out on that 2001, that Ric Flair.
Hey,
you already in the trance.
It's different.
Like you were saying, though, we come from a dirt road, man, and then to get to that point, look up, man. It's a feeling you'll never forget.
Yeah.
So you was all American. I mean, all SEC in year 2000. Talk about that year. Who was the quarterback? Phil Petty, rest in peace.
Yeah, man. Phil Petty, man. Great dude, man. Rest his soul, man. Down to earth. 2000 was a great year, man. We finished 9-3 that year, I believe. It's just the thing about it, man. We just had we knew in order for us to have success, man, we had to be great up front, man. So we grinded that summer because everybody kind of underestimated us and what we brought to the table, man. I remember us playing. We had the flag football deal. We did in the summer, man. Like the full team. Coach Pat Moore, our strength and conditioning coach, man, he kind of put together a flag football deal, man, and it just brought us back together so close, man. We were, prior to that 99, we didn't win a football game, now.
Yeah, that's when they took the names off the back of the jerseys, right?
yeah, man.
So, gotta make a statement, though.
Yeah, we just bonded, man. Coach Holtz, obviously one of my mentors, man. Still to this day, we bonded together, man, and we had a great summer of 2000, and we knew we had a good team. We had great leadership from the quarterback position, up front. Defensively, man, y'all know we had plenty of guys that end up playing on Sundays, man, who were just class acts on and off the football field, and just game one we just set the tone. It was 2000, I think it was Eastern. Can't remember who we played the first game. But anyway, when we played Georgia came in at number 9.
Yeah,
they were ranked number 9 in the country.
Yeah,
man, you talking about. I know that it holds 90,000, but you would think 200,000 was inside that stadium.
Yeah,
rocking, baby. Yeah, for real.
He threw 5 interceptions. I remember Carter threw 5 interceptions, man. And D Watt ran over him for about 2 or 3 touchdowns, man. And we out there dancing, having a good time, man. Just continue building that continuity and having fun, man. Kind of put the program on the map.
Y'all had some dogs on defense. Y'all had Sheldon Brown, the guy that flipped Reggie Bush, and Hood at corner. Y'all had a lot of good DBs back there too.
And you know what, man? Like up front, I mean, well, we talk about up front, man. We had we had Langston Moore, my boy from high school. We had Cleveland Pinckney, Sumter, certified dog. Dennis Quinn,
Okay.
That's my guy, you know, from Georgia, Washington Wilkes High School. You know, he had 2 interceptions in that game. At linebacker, we had Shannon Top Wadley, 41.
Yep.
Will take your head off. We had Columba Edwards.
Yep.
Kenny Harney,
Mm-hmm.
you know, from Allendale. So who else in the secondary? We had Sheldon, like you just mentioned, Andre Goodman from Eastside High School. You know, he was a guy. You know, we had Jonathan Martin and then Rashad Faison at Spur, Antoine Neesmith at safety. I mean, Low Country boy.
Walter Burrow.
You already know. You already know.
We played against them. Y'all had John Abraham too, right?
Ooh, I can't forget that. But in 2000, John wasn't there.
Okay.
John got drafted in 2000. He went
12th
overall.
Yeah.
To,
The Jets or something.
The Jets.
Jets. Yep.
John was another good one, man. Just a good dude, good solid dude, man. As a leader right there from Lamar, man. First quick step, man. That's matter of fact, you know, when I came in as a D lineman, we didn't even talk about that yet. I came in as a D lineman. Coach was back in that office. The spring of my freshman year, and he said, "Hey, man, we think you could, add some value as an offensive lineman." I said, "What? Offensive lineman?" Those tears about to start running down, man. Those tears about to start running down. Oh yeah. Talk about sick.
You better pack up and go.
Sick, man. Sick. Make sure my thing plugged up. All right. Oh yeah. But it was the best move of my career, man. Because I always looked at old linemen as, man, just fat guys, man. Y'all don't get they don't call y'all name on the intercom.
Yeah.
So but he was the first guy that I had to block at left tackle because I played left tackle in '99, my freshman year, man. And here we go. We got a tie. I guess nobody knew he was a first rounder, but the outside, but we knew he was a first rounder. And, that's the guy I had to block. Man. We had some battles, man. And he made me a better football player. He really did. So that was fun.
All right.
Is he one of the toughest guys you face? You know what I mean, as far as the D lineman, or I'm pretty sure it's a lot more.
No question. All right. It's a reason why. Hey KJ, it's a reason why he 6th or 7th over all time in sacks. I think he's in the top 10. I might be wrong.
Yep. He turned it up with the Jets and the Falcons. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So we got some highlights. We're gonna get into real quick from the Carolina days. It's a local TV news clip, but we don't own the rights to the music or the video. For everybody that's watching, make sure you subscribe on YouTube. Follow us on Facebook, Spotify, and Deezer. We have former Gamecock offensive lineman and now North Carolina Central assistant coach and MEAC Celebration Bowl and HBCU national champion coach Cedric Williams. All right, we're gonna go ahead and get into this video. Stay with us, We'll be right back. Okay.
They won their first shootout. Coach Lou Holtz looking on early. The Gamecocks struggled in the first half. Down 13-3 when Phil Petty delivers USC's first big play of the game, hooking up with Brian Scott. That's a 43-yard touchdown, and it made it 13-10. But Bama closed the first half with 10 unanswered points, including quarterback Tyler Watts on the keeper. Bama would drive down later into Gamecocks territory, but thanks to poor clock management, came away with only a field goal. Coach Lou Holtz led his boys into halftime down 23-10. Whatever coach told him at the half, he should bottle up and keep. To the second half, USC gets the ball, and the freshman Matthew Thomas comes up with the beautiful catch for 58 yards. 4 plays later, Petty hooks up with Ryan Brewer. USC would cut the lead to 23-17. And now we're going to fast forward to the fourth quarter. Watts, the Bama quarterback, who ran for 162 yards, punches it in. 36-24, Crimson Tide. These fans leaving thought they had seen enough, but USC was far from done. Derek Watson would take the ball in on this carry, cut the lead to 36-30. The Gamecocks would miss the extra point. The defense would hold, and Phil Petty rallies his troop. Petty to freshman Andre Gauze for 37 yards. Oh, you can hear the Gamecocks coming. The very next play, that's Petty to redshirt senior Rod Trafford. The game winner, USC beats Alabama for the first time, 37-36. The Gamecock faithful rushed the field, celebrated by tearing down the goalpost. Our Bob Shields was right there, and he has more on the Gamecocks' impressive win.
And what made this such an impressive win, Terry, was the way the Gamecocks won it. Down by 12 points in the fourth quarter, they showed as much guts and determination as any team we've seen here in Williams-Brice Stadium.
Once we saw that 4 minutes in the fourth quarter, and we had one more chance. We were, let's buckle them up. Let's finish this thing out.
Coming to halftime, I think we're down 10 or something. The defense is upset. We're upset, but you don't quit. You don't quit on each other. You keep plugging. You keep fighting for each other. That's the deal. You can't ever give up. You keep plugging, and hopefully good things will happen, and they did.
I'm not going to get negative, and I start thinking about all the yards. What I'm going to focus on and what I did was the last two series on defense, the performance of the offense, the big plays by people, and how they never gave up. That's what I'm going to focus on with this team.
It says a lot for this team. It really is the attitude. We know we can play with the best of them, and, all we have to say is bring them on.
Still perfect. 4-0 overall, 3-0 in the SEC. Next week, the Kentucky Wildcats come to town. Covering the Gamecocks, Bob Shields, News 19 WLTX.
And we back. Yes, sir. Tell me what you remember about that game, Cedric.
I just remember, first of all, I had my ankle was messed up. My ankle was messed up, so I was pushing through that game. Now we were down big, and they were scoring and scoring and scoring. And man, we just settled down, like Phil just mentioned. Man, God rest his soul. Man, just keep fighting. I remember guys, on the sideline, we're looking at each other. Keep fighting, guys. Believe. We're gonna come back. We're gonna come back. And I remember when Trafford caught that touchdown, Rod Trafford, our tight end. Whew. Unbelievable feeling, man. Tears, man. We're out there. Like, man, just unbelievable because we believed in one another, man, and we didn't give up.
Great.
That was awesome. Awesome experience, man.
Was that the toughest or one of your favorite games that you played in college?
Yeah, that probably in the top 5, but those Outback Bowls, man, were phenomenal.
Ohio State.
Yeah, man, 2 years back to back, and we were heavy favorites. I mean, heavy underdogs in both of them.
Yep, you were. I remember that.
It's crazy. I just remember hanging out the night before, in Ybor City, and just kind of hanging out and relaxing. And they're out, we're out, and their players, man. I remember it was Charles Bentley, who was one of the O-linemen. He was like the All-American O-lineman they had, man. We saw them out, and they were just yapping, talking loud. And we knew we had a great game plan in place, man. And whew, it was beautiful. It was a great deal, man. It was great winning that.
That's good, man. So was Florida a tough competition back then for you guys?
Oh, absolutely. We never beat them, Jermaine. We never beat them. We came close. My sophomore year, all right. We were up 21-3 in the first quarter. Rashad Faison, I think Brian Scott, my boy Brian Scott block a punt. And I think Derek Watson blocked one as well. All right, I could be wrong. Those guys will correct me later on, but we blocked 2 punts, and we got 21-3. And man, I remember looking because they got the little gator chalk.
Yeah.
So I look behind me. Was a fan of the stands. I look behind me. It's first quarter. I'm a young jit. We about to make this happen. Oh man, Rex Grossman, Gaffney, and those guys with Shea Caldwell, they said no. And came back, man, and beat us, man. But that's the time when we had a chance to beat them. And then the year after that, we had what we call blackout, where we were ranked like 10th in the country, and they were like 3rd in the country, man. And it was I don't know if game day was there or not, but it was a lot of hype going into the game. And man, they got us pretty good that game as well, man. But going in there, we believed, but it got to be more than that. Just believing, right?
Yeah, you got to put in the work.
Yeah, and it's funny, man. When I was a grad assistant at South Carolina, man, Spurrier never let me forget that either. Now,
for real,
he never let me forget that. He said, "Son, you You gonna wear your black today? You gonna go all black today? I said, Coach, what you talking about? Yeah, you remember we came down here? So he made sure he never let me forget that, man. To this day.
Oh man, yeah.
Talk about him a little bit. What type of coach was he?
Go ahead.
Man, players coach. Players coach. Man, obviously, like y'all know, he mastered the passing game. The guys loved him. But one thing I can say, he was a straight shooter.
Okay.
He was a straight shooter, man. He called it like he saw it. You can't do any better than that. That's the best you can do. If that's the best you can do, okay. That's the best you can do, okay. I can't do the Spurrier take like most can, but man, I just remember him shooting it straight, man, and clowning folks, man.
All right.
Yeah, man. So so coming out of college, did you try for any NFL teams or anything like that?
No, I didn't. I tried. Obviously, that was a big dent at the time in my life, KJ, to be honest, because as 17, 18-year-old kid, man, we're always, first thing that we want to do is play in the NFL, or play some type of professional sports.
Cool.
And that was a big, downtime in my life, because going into my after my senior year, in my senior year I was like a top 5 unanimous guard at my position, top 5. Okay. So I had the surgery, the knee surgery after we played you guys, and still thought I would possibly get drafted or either go free agent. That didn't work out, so it was a dark downtime in my life at the time, man, because I really thought I would at least get an opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
So it didn't work out, but I knew I wanted to stay in sports. I knew I wanted to stay in sports, man. And that's when, again, a few years later, I ended up getting an activity therapist position, and then I ended up becoming a GA. But, the good thing about it is, main thing is I got my degree, and, I stayed focused, man.
All right. So talk about coaching at Georgia State a little bit.
Well, yeah, I went there in 17. I was there for 2 years. Our first year, we actually we went to the Cure Bowl. Yep. And won the championship down there in Orlando, Florida.
Okay.
We won in Orlando, Florida, and then 18 we didn't have a really good year. Things didn't work out.
I was there for homecoming.
Oh, you was there for homecoming in 18?
Yep.
Okay. Now did you go to school there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I think I did see that on your profile.
Yep. So you left there and then you went to Newberry, right?
Actually, I was at Newberry prior to coming to South Carolina. Man, I was at Newberry from 5 years. I was at Newberry from 11 to 15. I was the assistant head coach and offensive line coach over there, man, under Todd Knight, man, which is a phenomenal human being, man. I learned a lot being under his leadership, man. A great man. And a great football coach.
Okay.
Yeah, but I was there under him, and we had some success. It's funny because they, when I went to South Carolina in 16, as I was the assistant O-line guy, they won the SAC championship the year after I left.
Wow.
So we have recruited some good players, man. He does a good job in the state of South Carolina, man. Because my thing is, guys, like everybody can't play at Clemson in South Carolina. KJ, everybody can't play major ball, but what Coach Knight does at Newberry is make sure he stays in the state and just recruit that talent in the state, man.
Okay.
Very rarely would you get a guy. You might have a guy from Florida, might have one from Georgia, but I believe, I haven't looked at the roster in a while, but I think maybe 90% of that team is from the state of South Carolina.
Yep.
Yeah, I even that to this day, man. I tell my coworkers, like, man, per capita, man, we for real.
Yeah, for real. A lot of great players came out of South Carolina.
Yeah, so from Newberry you went to Tennessee State. That's how it went.
No, y'all. I was at kind of giving you my I started out my first job after being a GA was Tennessee State. That was my first job in Nashville, Tennessee. That was my first college football job. Then after that, I was at Mississippi Valley State. I was there for 1 year. And then after Mississippi Valley State, I came to I was at Newberry for 5 years, and that's where guys I truly developed as a coach.
Okay.
I really developed as a coach. Learning the nuances of the game, knowing how important it is to make sure you care, about your players, to really invest in them, to get them to play hard for you. You know what I'm saying? And I had some great players there, man. Some good dudes. Who are, it's crazy because most of them they all growing up now, because we're talking 10, 12 years ago, man. They grown up with family, with wives and kids, and now they head high school coaches. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
College coaches, man, and just it's a beautiful thing to see those guys, being where they're at right now. And then after Newberry, I kind of getting back on the track. I almost got off track a little bit. Then I was assistant O-line at South Carolina for 1 year, and then went to Georgia State 2 years, and then I was out actually for a year, about a year and a half. Got into the sport entertainment business right here for about a year and a half, and then Coach Devontae Holloman, name rings a bell, man. He hit me up. I was still in the area. He said, "Hey, man, come on through and come coach my O-line. I know if you come and coach my offensive line, we will win the state championship." That's what he told me. I met him the spring of 21. I said, let me think about it, man. I'm doing some things, off the field now. Let me think about it. So I went and talked to my, went back home and discussed, some things with my wife, and kind of prayed on it, man, and just got back in and got my, cleared my mind and got back in it, and started, working out, going to workouts with the players, man. And it was my first time coaching high school football.
Okay.
I never, but obviously I got plenty of buddies that are in the profession or that coach high school ball, and they rave about it, man. But man, I'm telling you, man, it was probably the best year of my life, man. That staff, man, it was a phenomenal staff, man. Still to this day we stay in touch, man, and we bonded together starting that summer, and in that season, man, everybody was on point. The kids, the players, they played hard. And man, here we were, playing for the state championship, at Benedict State Stadium. And it's crazy, guys. Like right before the game, we were, kind of going over our game plan. And I stood up and I told the guys, "Listen, guys, y'all look around, because we were suited and booted, headed to get on the 77 to head down to Columbia." And I said, "Listen, man, this is gonna be the last time this group is together. So just look around. This is going to be the last time this exact group is going to be together, man. Let's go out and put on a show. All right, let's make sure these guys are in the best position to succeed. All right, and let's make sure they play for one another." And man, it was a phenomenal experience, man, and it was just awesome, awesome, man.
Yeah. What's up?
Time, man. And then later on after the season, just kind of give you. After that, I was an interim head coach there for maybe about a month, and then the O-line guy at North Carolina Central, he left and took a job with the Steelers. So the head coach called me, Coach Trey Oliver called me and said, I would love for you to come and be my O-line coach over there at Central. I was the interim coach at South Point at the time, so I was thinking, do I stay here and pursue this head coaching job at South Point, which is, as y'all know, y'all from South Carolina, man. It's a really good program. You know what I mean? Yep. It's had a lot of success.
Yeah.
Again, so I went up there and met with him, and he officially offered to me, man, and joined the staff.
Yeah. That's Jadavion Clowney and Gilmore High School right there.
Oh yeah, man.
So you left and went to North Carolina Central. Talk about that. Who was the coach besides Trey Oliver that welcomed you in?
Man, everybody, to be honest with you, because it's crazy. Our OC, Matt Leone, man, great dude. He was phenomenal. He's phenomenal. And the thing about it, we got a tremendous relationships, man. And we get along. We respect one another's opinions, and we just kind of thrive off of that. Our running backs coach, Kevin Maurice, He's a guy. You ask him, he's been to 49 states. I think he's just missing one. He's been to 49 states. He always talk about how he's been to 49 states, but that's my guy, man. Our receivers coach, Coach Bennett. Man, we got a great staff, man. Coach Claiborne, linebackers coach. Courtney Cord, he's from Charlotte, North Carolina. He's our DC. Sue, our safeties coach, McCray. Man, I hope I'm not missing anybody, man. But all of them are phenomenal coaches, man. And that what makes a good team when the coaches, because you know what, there's a lot of egos in this profession, man.
I understand.
There's a lot of egos in this, profession, man. On the negative side, man. And the thing about it is we all respect one another. And y'all know, respect is earned, obviously, but we see each other in the morning, man. We greet each other, we crack jokes, we show genuine respect, and obviously, we get our players to respect us as well, and you see what happens, on the football field.
Okay. So playing in the MEAC, I know that was your goal, is to conquer the MEAC. Coming up behind South Carolina State the year prior, and you guys make it to the Celebration Bowl. Talk about that season last year that you had.
We felt like our motto was being great. All right, Coach Oliver, that's our culture. We emphasize just being great, and it's just being great every single day, and trying to be 1% better every single day. When the season opened up, we knew we had a lot of talent based off the spring and the summer, how the guys work, man. And they had us pick, like, we weren't even in the top 10 in HBCU rankings. Mm-hmm. That's why you play the game, right?
Yeah.
And if you see our highlight tape, he mentioned that at the MEAC conference, that we'll see. And we open up versus our rivals, that school down the road in Greensboro. Yeah. We open up versus them. In Charlotte, man, it's crazy because that was my first time being a part of that rivalry. A couple of partners who familiar with the HBCU. Yeah. It was like, man, wait till you see it, man. And man, it's just such a beautiful thing to see that many of us, our people, just in a stadium, man, just on one accord. And just supporting their schools, supporting their teams, and man, and we got up on them quick. We got up on them quick, man. And right then we knew, okay, we got a team.
Okay.
And every week, again, we just said, it's not about them, it's about us.
Yeah.
Okay.
Every week, it's about us. And I would tell my guys up front, guys, like, listen, man, it starts up front. All right. And if we're playing at a high level, all right, we're disciplined and we're communicating, like, it's gonna be hard to beat us, because I knew I had something special, especially with the guys up front. I knew I had something special. So we just we took it one game at a time, man, and build that, that trust, that respect, that love, and happen, some good things happen.
Yeah, so did y'all have a young team or was it an older team?
Man, you know what? That's a good question, man. We lost maybe 10 seniors. I lost, 10 seniors, man. So our quarterback returns. He's probably gonna be the best quarterback in FCS football next year, in my opinion. We returned both running backs. I lose a few guys up front. I had 2 seniors, and then I had a young man get transferred. Went to a P5 program close to home. Okay. Defensively, we return a lot of guys, man. But overall, yeah, we got a young team, KJ, and we're excited, man. We're excited right now. We got spring ball started on Monday. We start spring ball, and March 20th, and then we got the game on April 15th. Our spring game is on April 15th.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
Get into some highlights from the Celebration Bowl. Bring back some good memories. I know you got the ring and just coming fresh off the parade and everything a couple months ago. For everybody watching, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Follow us on YouTube, Spotify, Deezer, Facebook. Also on Instagram. We have HBCU national champion, assistant coach, and MEAC champion, Celebration Bowl champion, former Gamecock lineman Cedric Williams. All right, let's go ahead and get into this clip. We'll be right back, Ced, okay?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, sir, we back. So tell me what you was thinking when Travis Hunter caught the pass in the fourth quarter with like 4 or 5 seconds left in the corner. I mean, it was 4th down and goal, and Shador made a beautiful pass on a fade route.
Great
And I
catch.
was like, wow, this is going to be a good game. And what was going through your mind?
Well, let me say this, Jermaine. One of the things we always tell our players: if something good happens, keep playing. If something bad happens, keep playing. All right, for 60 minutes. All right, and or however long it takes. That's kind of like the motto we say with our players. And right then and there, man, I just looked up in the sky. For about 10 seconds. And I just took a big deep breath. My guys came off to the sideline. I said, all right, guys, let's go win this game. And again, it's going to be us, all right, the guys up front. That's how we're going to win this football game. And they looked at me. I got you, coach. All my guys, I got you. You know that this day, that's what they say. I got you. Like, I got you. And hey, man, you know, they just were resembled, man. You know, they were resilient, man, and they played. And you know.
So Toy W said, you mentioned egos. How do you stay humble through all of your success? What is the most important lesson you learned as a coach mentoring young men?
I mean, that's just how I was raised, man. I think if you treat others the way you want to be treated, good things happen. That's something I emphasize to our players every single day, man. You know, the lunch lady, the janitor, you know, treat them the way they want to be treated, man. And that's basically how I coach as well on a daily basis, man. You know, it's yes, sir, it's no, sir, or no, or yes. Let's be clear, let's be concise, and let's just you know, have, you know, tremendous work ethic with everything we do. You know, I feel like, you know, I'm humbled, you know, I'm honored and humbled to be able to coach this game. Because, you know, like I told the guys today, man, after workouts, man, I get to coach a game. Y'all get to play a game. You know? I already know who that is, man. That's my cousin Toya.
Okay. I appreciate you tuning in, Toya.
Yeah. Love you, girl.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, so talk about the point, man, when you looked up there at the scoreboard, it was, you know, y'all family came out with the win, man, and talk about that feeling at the end of the Celebration Bowl.
It was, but you know what, going into it, man, we knew our staff and our players, we knew we were going to win. Right then, KJ, I couldn't wait to play the game because I remember my starting center, he's a phenomenal player, man. At the beginning of the game, he was in the locker room. He said, okay, we here now. Because there was a lot of talk going on prior to the game. Like, nobody gave us a chance to win that football game, man, except for us. We believe, and I made sure, and I always tell them, man, let's not have any regrets with our preparation because you create separation by your preparation, all right? That's something I always say to them, man. So every day we're going to be detailed. We're going to know what the defense is doing, the linebackers, like what everybody's doing, and we're going to be prepared, all right? We worked. I knew every blitz. I knew every coverage. Everything they ran, I had to prepare. We had to prepare. We did it together, man. And then going to it, I remember before the game, he said, okay, we here now. We here now. All that talking, this and that, we here now. And man, after winning, man, I just hugged all my guys, you know, with joyful with tears and just excited for it. But we knew going into it. It still was such a great feeling, man, because I love, you know, proving people wrong, right?
There you go.
Yeah, we were huge underdogs, man, and we knew we just had a good unit that we're going to be able to have success on our football field, man. So it was an unbelievable experience, man. One of the greatest experiences I experienced as a coach.
All right. Let's take a look at the celebration from the Celebration Bowl real quick. We don't own the rights to the highlights or the music. We have North Carolina Central assistant coach and HBCU national champion, MEAC champion, and former Gamecock lineman Cedric Williams. All right. I promise you, say this is the last highlight, okay?
The Bills, man.
All right. We're going to go ahead and get into it. Y'all stay with us.
Go! It feel real good. Come on! consistency, that's what make a tough team. So how it feel great. My guys are great. It's a great team. But this is all about the back-to-back.
Great, man. Feel great, man. Feel great, man. MEAC, man. MEAC, man.
When the band is what you hearing, everybody here is cheering. All your worries disappearing, y'all, it's game day. Whether televised or streaming live in person while you're screaming, no more waiting, no more dreaming, y'all, it's game day. When the band is what you hearing, everybody here is cheering. All your worries disappearing, y'all, it's game day.
Yes, sir. So talk about, I was going to say, how many players leaving you to the NFL draft this year?
Actually, one of my offensive linemen has a really he has a good opportunity, opportunity to actually get drafted or get picked up this year. 55, Rod Mitchell, man. So he's been working hard this offseason, man. I coached him in the Legacy Bowl. They had the HBCU Legacy Bowl down in New Orleans about 2 weeks ago, where they had the top HBCU prospects in the nation playing that game. It's a game that Doug Williams. Y'all remember Doug Williams?
Yeah,
quarterback.
It's Grambling University.
Yep. So he got a deal called the HBCU Legacy Bowl and went down there, and I coached the offensive line, and I coached him in that. So hopefully he gets an opportunity. He's been working his tail off, man, and I think he has a shot. Also had a wide receiver there, EJ Hicks, who played well for us this year, man. He may have a chance to get a free agent deal. So we're rooting for those guys, man. But the good thing about it is, fellas, both of them have graduated.
Oh, there you go. And I'm about to tell you, tell them to come to the shop, man. We'd love to have them on the show, man. For real. I know they got great stories, just like yourself.
Most definitely, man. Most definitely. And they're high character guys, man. Which is one thing we try to prioritize and recruit guys like that, man. And two high quality guys, man. And I wish them well. It's bigger than X's and O's, man.
Yeah.
It's about life, to be honest.
There you go. Football will teach you about life. You got that right.
Just the vehicle, KJ. Just the vehicle, man.
So, Sid, what's up with Sid this year? You said you had the spring game coming up. You guys get ready to take the MEAC again.
Everybody repeat, baby. Repeat.
Put it on repeat. What's Sid got going on right now?
That's definitely the plan, man. But right now it's just spring football.
Okay. Oh yeah, man. One thing at a time.
Yeah, man. In slow motion, one day at a time, man. I got a few young guys that I got to get ready. So we're just working on the fundamentals. Trying to improve their knowledge of the game. That's how you become a better football player. Just having an understanding, of the game. So we just gonna focus on getting better, man, and just grind this spring. We start on Monday, and then we'll have 15 total practices, and then the game on April 15th, and then after that we hit the road recruiting for about 3 weeks, and I recruit the state of South Carolina, obviously, because that's my home, right?
All right.
And then it'll be summertime, man, and you got summer camps, and then August, camp will be here before you know it, man. And we'll be back on this grind, man. We'll be back on the grind.
Yep. Yeah, what's your go-to area, man, as far as recruiting, man? What is it, upstate or it's just?
I got the whole state of South Carolina, man. So what I try to do is, if I'm not able to visit KJ, I'll call a head coach. I try to call, predominantly maybe 75 to 80% of the schools in the state, man. Just say, hey, man, do you have any prospects? I send them my email and go from there. But the schools where I have a relationship with the head coach, I try to stop by. I try to make sure I stop by and visit. Somewhere between 30 to 45 minutes, man, because everything's about relationships, right?
Yeah.
Even if they don't have a player, you still want to go in there and just see him, man. Again, man, we're able. This profession it's a great profession, man. Where you're able to build relationships and meet a lot of people, man. So like lifelong relationships, right? So So, you know, I always try to, try to visit, make sure I visit as many schools as I possibly can. Heck, three of the young men that I signed this past year, all three of them were for South Carolina. So my head coach, he always give me, I got one from y'all high school.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Cool.
Sprinkle, right?
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Certified. Y'all seen him?
Yeah.
You know, him and his mom, you know, great family.
Yep.
Yep. Also, you know, a young man from Cane Bay and another one from South Point. I actually coached that young man, so looking forward to bring him in.
Okay. So before we head out, what is your message to the youth?
Keep going. Stay positive. All right. Stay positive, man. You know, hard work doesn't guarantee success, but without it, there's no chance at all. And you know, I think it's important to you know, stay focused, continue to chase your goals, and don't ever give up. You know, and that's one thing I always kind of say. Even now, you know, my social media, keep going, because there'll be some bumps, and there'll be some bumps in the roads, man. But you know, just stay clear and keep going, man. And also, man, I definitely want to share this, man. Be mindful of who, you know, you hang around. You know, who you hang around. Try to man, you know, be around positive people, man. And you know, it's a lot of peer pressure in this day that a lot of our young men and young ladies have to go through. And you know, my thing is try to surround yourself with good people. That someone that, you know, that has your best interests and want to see you be successful, man. And also as parents, we got kids, man. We got to try to guide them in the right direction. And you know, we can't try to be kids, right? Because you know, have fun with them, but you know, make sure you understand that you are a parent, and someone is always watching. You were parents, I said that with players, someone is always watching, man. So you know, one thing every rep is an interview.
There you go.
Every rep is an interview, man. So be mindful of that, man. So
is it harder to retain a player now with the transfer portal?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, yeah, absolutely. Like I said, I lost one to a P5 school after he played unbelievable this past year. But again, he went closer to home. He was from you know, Maryland, and he ended up going back to Maryland. The talented player, man. He'll have a chance to play on Sundays, injury free. But again, you know, I told him, you know, I wish him well. I love you. If you need anything, you know where I'm at, man. Because again, our relationship was started. He's a fine young man, good family, and it don't stop once he leaves us, you know. So, you know, so but yeah, it's, you know, but again, now, you know, we had a lot of success, won the championship, and everybody else is coming back. So you work with what you got, not what you don't have, right?
Yep.
That's right, man.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
Any shout outs before we head out? You like to thank anybody along your journey, like, you know, family members, friends, coaches, professors, you know,
paid the way for you.
Other coaches you work with?
Man, first of all, you know, my beautiful wife, Rochelle, man, I love her. She's been awesome. Just kind of being my backbone through this whole process, man. You know, we've been married going on I'm gonna make sure I get this right now.
Yeah.
So going on 11 years, and my beautiful kids. You know, Nina, she's 9. Kai, she's 5. Grant, 2 years old. So my 3 beautiful kids. My mom, you know, Valerie Walker. My pops, Curtis Williams. Shout out to him. You know, my sister Cedric.
They did a good job.
You know, my brother Tony, Darius. Who else? Tyrone. You know, Miss Jarrell. You know, all my brothers and sisters, man. I love y'all. Thank y'all for y'all support, man, and all my family members. Y'all knew who y'all, man. Uncle Shannon, he played a big role in my development as a man. You know, I owe him a lot, man. Just about respecting folks, man. Coach Lou Holtz. You know, my teammates, man. You know, the ones that, you know, who I had those bonds with, man. And still to this day, we all stay connected, man. I love you all, man. I thank you, man, for everything, man. And let's keep going. Let's keep going.
Yeah,
Appreciate y'all, fellas, man.
Hey, no problem, man.
Thank you, man. Man, we appreciate you, man, and thank you for all the things that you do, man. Your accomplishments, man, it means a lot.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it, KJ. Jermaine, stay up, fellas.
No problem. Hey, bro, love you. Great interview. That's Cedric.
Yeah, man.
We appreciate you guys.
I was just saying, I love to see us doing good, man. It means a lot for real. In these times like this, man. So
I'm glad we're able to work this out, man, because I know you actually reached out to me while I was at South Point.
Yeah, there you go. That's right.
I know you, and we can never work it out, man. But you hit me up this last time because I text you. I had another friend whose name was Kevin Johnson. I text you, say, hey man, you want to come on the show? I said, you know what? We talked about this a while ago, man. You know what? I got to make this happen, man. These boys from the Low Country, man. South Carolina boys doing big things. Y'all keep it going, fellas.
Oh man, thank you, man.
Appreciate the support. Appreciate you coming on the show. All right. For everybody watching, thanks for tuning in. You just watch another edition of the Sports Shop 27. I'm your host, Jermaine Coulter. I'd like to thank my main man, KJ, Kevin Johnson, former Clemson cornerback from 99 to 02. And I'd like to thank former Gamecock right here. Our guest. He also is a national champion, HBCU coach, and a MEAC champion, Celebration Bowl champion 2022, Mr. Cedric Williams. All right. Hey, don't give up. It's not how you start, it's how you finish. All right. That's our motto. We'll see you next time. Y'all be safe and stay warm. Okay. Peace.
Yeah, most definitely, man.
Stay out, fellas.
Keep going, brother, man.
No doubt, brother. Appreciate it.